Well, friends, Jagender Rana here. So, the product of the day is wedding insurance. Wedding insurance. See, this is said that marriages are made in heaven. That is true. But they are celebrated on earth. Marriages are made in heaven and celebrated on earth. Now imagine the plight of the bride, groom, and their families. If their well-planned celebration had to be cancelled or rescheduled due to such vagaries of nature. So according to a recent study by KPMG and Event and Entertainment Management Association, the wedding industry in India with its allied sectors are estimated to be close to $50 billion industry. Around 3.2 million weddings are estimated in November and December alone. So there is a lot riding on the big fat Indian wedding, and therefore providing adequate protection in the event of a possible cancellation becomes important. So what is wedding insurance in fact? Wedding insurance is a type of a special event insurance policy that offers financial protection related to the cancellation of celebrations such as future Vivah Suraksha policy. So under this policy, the company makes sure that the most memorable day in the life of the insured is absolutely perfect and stress-free in case of cancellation of wedding due to covered perils under the policy. But the policy not only covers the cost of cancellation but also accidents during the wedding. Now say about the future that is provided by the Future General Insurance Company. So the Future Vivah Suraksha policy covers irrecoverable expenses incurred by insured with respect to wedding ceremony, cancellation or postponement. Few of the perils covered in the policy include unseasonal rains, storm, hailstorm, sandstorms, tsunami, tempest, and act of perils. So this apart loss or damage to the venue due to the fire and allied perils, earthquake, flood, cyclone, making the venue unsafe or unusable. Riots, curfew as declared by the local police and or concerned government authorities, death or accident of bride, groom and blood relatives like parents, brothers, sisters, of bride or groom during the force of the policy, etc. are some of the other things covered under the policy. It also customizes the policy as per the requirement of the customer. So policy covers irrevocable expenses incurred by the insured with respect to wedding ceremony, cancellation or postponement due to covered perils under the policy. Hence, the sum insured under this policy will be total expenses budgeted for the wedding ceremony. So the premium depends on the coverage requested, and sum insured, however, this policy is issued for the period of wedding only. However, pre-existing conditions known to the insured at the inception of the cover, like cancellation of wedding due to disputes, if any, between the insured, bride or groom or family relatives or friends, and any other persons related to the event or due to the non-appearance of the insured bride or groom or relatives or friends due to legal or government cases, litigation, summons, etc. are not covered under this policy. So this apart, the failure to carry on the event, commence and complete the event in the scheduled time due to the insured's inability to make the necessary arrangements, to take the required permissions due to financial incapacity, lack of funds, defaults, non-arrival of invited guests, artists, etc. due to government warranties, duties, court verdicts, gas shortage, etc. Due to government warranties, duties, court verdicts, summons, government requirement, personal reasons, or any other event and cancellation of wedding due to financial disputes, inability to arrange finance, delay in arranging finance, etc., are not liable to be covered under the policy. So, see, wedding is an auspicious event that marks the beginning of a new chapter in your life. So, it is the starting point of creating a family of your own. It's a once in a lifetime event that continues to bring you joy for the rest of your life. However, even such an event can be affected with uncertainties. So the good news is that we can provide you the insurance cover for that, for the peace of mind and the security for all those uncertainties on your most memorable day. So ensure one of the happiest days in the life with a general insurance company, say for example ICICI Lombard, and get covered against substantial risk. Because the policy will cover for wedding cancellation, material damage to the property, personal accident cover for insured person and public liability also. So what is the basic scope of the cover? Say for as far as the policy of ICICI Lombard is concerned, the section 1 is wedding cancellation. And the scope of cover under this section is cancellation or postponement of the wedding ceremonies due to fire and allied perils, including earthquake at the venue, burglary and theft at the venue, sudden and unexplained, unintimated failure of the named persons to appear for the wedding ceremonies on account of any of the following contingencies like death of such named persons, personal injury, either temporary or permanent, which renders the named persons incapable of appearing at the insured event, or illness resulting in hospitalization of the named person 10 days prior to the printed declared wedding date. And what would be the basis of sum insured for wedding cancellation? The expenses on the following things will be covered: printing of cards, advances given to the venue, advances given to the caterers, advances to decorations, music, etc., advance given to the hotel, room bookings, travel bookings, subject to a maximum of sum insured. So what does the policy not cover? The company shall not be liable for cancellation of the wedding event due to bandh or civil unrest, act of terrorism, kidnapping of the named person, complete breakdown of transportation services which prevents the named persons from reaching the venue, the non-appearance of any named person due to such named persons being a part of an air flight other than as a passenger in a duly licensed commercial aircraft without the knowledge and consent of the company. Any consequential loss due to cancellation of the insured event, unexplained or mysterious disappearance or shortage in respect of the property to be utilized for the insured event discovered upon taking of inventory, damage to or destruction of property caused intentionally by the insured or at insured's premises. Then comes the section 2, that is damage to property. So the scope of cover of this section is direct physical loss or damage caused to property insured due to extended fire and allied perils, including earthquake and burglary and theft. The basis of sum insured for material damage, cost of decoration and shamiana appliances given by blood relations and the in-laws, sum insured breakup will be required. Main exclusions of the policy: the company shall not be liable for material damage due to any damage caused to any property to be placed for the insured insured event caused by wear and tear, gradual deterioration, depreciation, mechanical or electrical breakdown. And then unexplained or mysterious disappearances or shortage in respect of property to be utilized or the insured event discovered upon taking of inventory. Loss or damage to property stored outdoors without due attendance or supervision. Damage to or destruction of property caused intentionally by the insured or at insured directions. Any act of terrorism. This section 3rd covers the personal accident. And the scope of cover of this section is that named person including blood relation and relatives are covered against accidental death, permanent partial disablement, permanent total disablement, named to be clear. And main exclusion under this section would be the completion of the liable for material damage due to compensation under more than one of the foregoing subclauses in respect of the same period of disablement of the insured person. Then compensation with respect of death or bodily injury or any disease or illness to the insured person directly or indirectly caused by or contributed or by nuclear weapons arising from ionizing radiation or nuclear contamination by radioactivity from any nuclear fuel. Compensation with respect of death, injury or disablement of the insured person due to or arising out of directly or indirectly connected with traceable to war, invasion, act of foreign enemy. Compensation with respect of death or injury, disablement due to intentional self-injury, suicide or attempted suicide, or violation under the influence of intoxication, liquor or drugs. 4th section is public liability. So the public liability means liability toward third parties for any accidents resulting in injury or damage occurring at the venue of wedding in connection with the wedding during the policy period. But this section has a long list of exclusions because company shall not be liable for any liability arising due to pollution, act of God, deliberate willful or intentional non-compliance of any statutory requirements, fines, penalties and punitive exemplary damages, consequences of war, invasion or act of foreign enemy, claims arising out of any motor vehicle or trailer temporarily in the insured custody or control for the purpose of parking, damage to property owned, leased or hired or under hire purchase. So this is the coverage under the wedding insurance policy of the ICICI Lombard, and this is divided into Section 1 wedding cancellation, Section 2 damage to property, Section 3 personal accident, and Section 4 public liability. Seems to be very good policy this is. Thank you very much.